Hi, this is Mr. Ward, and I'm doing a quick follow-up on the basics of exponents. Just a little bit about notation when you are writing an exponential expression. Um, what if the base that you're dealing with is a negative number? Well, if the base is a negative number, then you need to take care to communicate that you are raising that base, the entire negative base, to whatever exponent you're dealing with. So notice I've got this expression here, which says negative 4 squared, and this expression that says, and this is the language you might use to make it clear, the square of negative 4. So notice the answer to this one is negative 16, but this one is 16. What is different about these two? Well, what's different about these two is that the first one, there's a negative. That negative means that it's really just the negative is not part of what's being squared. So we could treat it as a negative 1 times 4 squared. So what we're really squaring is just the 4 when we write negative 4 squared. And so 4 squared is 16, so that's just um, negative 1 times 4 when we expand it. But that negative 1 there forces us to be negative. On the other hand, if I put the negative inside the parentheses, then I'm squaring the whole negative number, and that would end up being negative 4 times negative 4. And when you multiply a negative times a negative, you get a positive. So negative 4 times negative 4 equals 16. This won't matter as much if the exponent you're using is an odd number. But it will matter, especially if the exponent is an even number, because you're going to get different answers. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So if I say negative 2 to the fourth power, that is going to simply mean negative 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And I get negative 16 again. But if I say negative 2 to the fourth power, now I get positive 16, because that is negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Okay. Now, but what am I talking? What is this about odd powers? Well, if I have an odd power, let's say I had negative 2 to the third power, I get a negative answer. If I said negative 2 to the third power like this, I also get an odd answer. And the reason for this is that I have an odd number of negative factors in this case. So negative 2 times negative 2. Those two cancel out, make a positive. Then I bring in one more negative, and it flips it back to negative land. On the other hand, here, this was a negative 1 times 2 times 2 times 2. That negative 1 turns the 2 times 2 times 2, which is just an 8, into a negative 8. All right, so the rather than just keep track of whether you're an odd power or an even power, odd exponent or even exponent, you'll hear me use power and exponent interchangeably. Technically, the power is the entire expression. That is the second power of negative 4. Uh, but sometimes people refer to the power as the exponent as well. So just pay attention to that. It will make it clear to other people. If you say 4 to the second power, people will understand that you are raising 4 to an exponent of 2. At any rate, uh, the big point here, though, is that if you just put your base in parentheses, if it's negative, that'll make sure that you don't have any slip ups like this, which lead you to a negative outcome. Because if you have a squared negative or a fourth power negative or an eighth power negative, those are all going to be positive. All right. I think that's enough for the basics, and I hope that was helpful, and good luck on this level.